Hello viewers, welcome to Fort Nagaland News. Aji amihan ahine yete program ekta lobol ase aro itu tu bishi dangor program ase aro itu program tu yete kisama de loina ase kuni janai de ase Hornbill Festival laga under de aro itu program tu ki ase gule International Day of Persons with Disability 2024 kuine itu program tu aji yete International Day of Persons with Disability 2024 tu yete Heritage Bamboo Hall Kisama yete lo asu janai de ase ayu itu program opor de amihan sai lobo.
Come and join also. Yeah, yeah. Ma'am had to be our snacks. Sabi, Albra, camera. Listen up. These are students from Tabka Academy. Madam Tulisha Puri. Who's that? Madam Tulisha Puri. Can you read this to Madam?
A very good morning to you all. On behalf of the Office of the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, I warmly and delightfully welcome I warmly and delightfully welcome all of you to this celebration of International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And the theme for this celebration is amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities is a celebration of the diversity and a call to action for inclusion. And as the saying goes, the greatest disability is the inability to see the ability in others. Let's work together to create a more accessible and equitable world for all. With that, let's commence today's program.
How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. It is like precious oil poured on the head, running down on the breast, running down on Aaron's breast, down on the collar of his robe. It is as if the dew of Harmon were falling on Mount Zion. For there the Lord bestows his blessings, even life forevermore. Let's all close our eyes and let us look to God in prayer. Dear God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your unconditional love and blessing us this beautiful morning. Lord, at this very moment, we, your people, gather in your name to celebrate International Day of Persons with Disabilities. I pray that you will be with us.
Before the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future, let us recognize the important role that the persons with disabilities play in creating a more inclusive and sustainable world. Once again, it is my great pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to this International Day of Persons with Disability and the Disability Pride Fair. Thank you.
I know a place where no one ever goes. There's peace and quiet, beauty and repose. It's here in the valley, beside the mountain stream, and lying here beside the stream, I find that I can dream. Only the things of beauty to the eye. Clouds covers mountains of which cannot see. Yes, I know that God made this world for me. I was a sinner.
This year's theme, Amplifying the Leadership of Persons with Disabilities for an Inclusive and Sustainable Future, resonates deeply with me, as it does likely with all of us. It calls for a world where disabled people are not just included as beneficiaries, but are active agents of change, leading, innovating, and building solutions that shape the world we all live in. We know the importance of leadership, but for too long, The narrative around disability has been one of charity, pity, and exclusion. The narrative has denied persons with disabilities their rightful place as leaders and decision makers in society. Today, I want to talk about changing this narrative and realizing the full potential of leadership within the disabled community. Leadership is not a gift that should be handed to us. It is a right. Just as we fight for the right to accessible education, healthcare, and employment, we must fight for the right to take charge of our own futures. The world needs our perspectives, whether it's in the boardroom, in the halls of government, or in the heart of civil society. People with disabilities must be present at the table, guiding policies, innovations, and strategies that impact all of us. Too often we hear the phrase, nothing about us without us. This is the mantra of the disability movement, disability rights movement. Nothing can be decided about the disabled people without inputs from the disabled people. Without the disabled people being there to provide their perspectives. So nothing about us without us. But this phrase, we hear it often. But are we truly seeing this in practice? Are we seeing people, disabled people, in decision-making roles where policies are shaped?
Let me start introducing myself. My name is Vinopu Sainenvinubu. As you have seen, the introduction was long. Deaf people have long introduction, unlike hearing people. Hearing people have short introduction, just name. But for the deaf, we have long introduction. We have to spell the name and sign name. Awareness about deaf culture. People give us different names such as mute, hearing impaired, dumb, handicapped, but it is just deaf. For deaf people, it includes getting someone's attention appropriately. Deaf people hear with their eyes and talk with their hands. There are some guidelines to remember while communicating with the deaf. 1. It's okay to use paper or pen. Deaf people will appreciate your efforts if you use a combination of communication methods such as hand gesture, facial expression, and the written word. 2. Understand that deaf people listen with their eyes. Vision is the most important tool that they have to communicate and receive information. For this reason, only speak when you have eye contact. Even if they are using an interpreter, maintaining eye contact is a sign of respect. 3. Incorporate physical touch when appropriate. Use the beginning and ending of the conversation as an opportunity to make physical and visual contact with a deaf person, especially if they have been using an interpreter during your conversation. Smile, shake hands, touch your arms, and make eye contact. We are happy, so please do not feel sorry for us because we are deaf. God has a purpose because He created us special. Hearing and the deaf are same in the sight of God. Lastly, we will truly appreciate if you follow up with guidelines and learn to communicate with us with true intention. The handicap of deafness is not in the air. It is in the mind. Thank you.
On this very significant day, as we observe the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which is the theme for this year, which says, amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future.
This underscores the importance of empowering individuals with disabilities to take the lead in shaping their own destinies as well as contributing to the society at large, and also making meaningful progress in achieving and building a more inclusive and sustainable future. The United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities is aimed at promoting the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities at every level of society and development, and to raise awareness of the situation of persons with disabilities in all aspects of political, social, economic, and cultural life, so that they can participate fully, equally, and effectively in society with others and face no barriers in all aspects of their lives. Disability inclusion, therefore, fosters an environment where individual differences are embraced and everyone, including those with disabilities, can thrive and contribute meaningfully. As per statistics, globally, persons with disabilities comprise about 16% of the total population, while it is 2.2% in India. As per the 2011 census, Nagaland has reported a total of 29,631 persons with disability, with a percentage of 1.5% of the total population. Of course, this figure would have changed a little bit now. We are talking about the 2011 census. The government of Nagaland, under the Department of Social Welfare, implements various schemes for persons with benchmark disabilities, such as scholarship for persons with disabilities, under which a total number of 207 students with benchmark disabilities are receiving an annual scholarship of Rs 3,600 per beneficiary. Financial assistance, pension to persons with disabilities, under which a total of 4,872 persons with benchmark facilities are also being given annually. We also have the annual financial assistance pension of Rs 3,600 per beneficiary, and the Indira Gandhi National Disability Pension Scheme also covers a total of 1,276 beneficiaries, and they are receiving an annual pension of 3,600 annually. So these are a few of the schemes that the department is undertaking. In addition to this, at the moment, the department is also in the process of nominating a state channelizing agency for implementing the National Handicap Finance and Development Corporation loan scheme, under which financial assistance in terms of loan at concessional rate of interest will be provided for the benefit of persons with disabilities for starting or augmenting any activity, contributing directly or indirectly in income generation, and helping them in the overall process of empowerment. We are very hopeful that this scheme will become operational in the coming financial year. Under the scheme for implementation of rights for persons with disabilities, that is called the SIPDA Act 2016, this scheme, which is implemented under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, under this we have the District Disability and Rehabilitation Center, called the DDRC in short, which was started in 2006 at Dimapur, that is one. And this DDRC acts, the mandate of this DDRC is to have outreach activity under the Ministry of the Social Justice and Empowerment. And this also provides comprehensive services to the persons with disabilities at the grassroots level also. And also, it also facilitates creation of infrastructure and capacity building at the district level for awareness generation, rehabilitation, and training of rehabilitation professionals. 2 more DDRCs have also been inaugurated in Mon and Kyongsang in recent times. The department has also been implementing the unique disability identity card, called the UDID, which many of you will be aware of. And this has been implemented since the year 2019. The project aims to encourage transparency and efficiency in the system of delivering government benefits to persons with disabilities. Under this project, certificates of disability and UDID cards are issued through competent medical authorities notified by the state government. And this will create a national database for persons with disability. So far, we have around 3,000 UDID cards that have been generated for the state of Nagaland. Our department, the Department of Social Welfare, also provides grant aid to private institutions for running special schools, or we call them inclusive schools, and also to the NGOs and voluntary organizations for rendering commendable services for the welfare of people with disabilities. During 2023 and 24, a total of 8 NGOs and voluntary organizations have received grants from the department. Also, under the initiative of the Swami Vivekananda National Institute of Rehabilitation, Training and Research, a composite regional center will soon be operational at Iradabil village in Jammu-Kidima for providing both preventive and promotional aspects of rehabilitation like education, employment, vocational training, research, and manpower development for the rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. Apart from this, the Nagaland State Transport Department has also introduced free travel facilities in Nagaland State Transport for persons with benchmark disabilities across the state.
It is my privilege to be here this morning in the midst of you here for Disability Pride Fair 2024, organized by the State Commissioners for person with special disabilities, together with the Department of Social Welfare. I express my sincere thanks to the Commission and the Department for organizing such a remarkable event commemorating this International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which also coincides with our Hornbill Festival. The theme for this year, amplifying leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future, in fact, is a powerful reminder of a vital role persons with disabilities, or rather special abilities, play in shaping our communities. Leadership is not just defined by the ability, this is what I understood, but by vision, by determination, and the courage to inspire change. And persons with special abilities exemplify all these qualities and more. An inclusive and sustainable future requires every voice to be heard and every perception to be valued. Persons with special abilities brings unique insight and lived experience that are indispensable in building stronger and more resilient societies. Boasting their leadership means not only recognizing their contributions, but actively creating opportunities for them to lead, innovate, and influence. We are very fortunate to have Ms. Tatando Nakro, who is leading the Commission for Persons with Disabilities in our state of Nagaland. In fact, under her spirited participation and initiative, despite challenges faced, it is observed that the Commission has been amplifying the cause vigorously. She has proved that with determination and commitment for a greater cause, anything can be achieved. Madam, thank you so much. You are an inspiration and blessing to the people of Nagaland and beyond. We have seen Bukhaku Sima winning bronze medal in the Paris 2024 Paralympics. That has not only brought laurels to the state government or to the government of India, but also inspired us all.
But the problem with disabled, some categories of disabilities, it's difficult for them, to be shifting to a shuttle bus. That kind of thing is impossible for a person like me, for example. I can't do that. So that is one thing that we had asked the tourism department to do. Have some kind of special arrangements, some kind of special passes where it is not only about the local people. Now we are talking today, it's our disability day, so we are having a function, but it's not only for today. For every day of the festival, I did notice quite a few visitors from outside Nagaland. On the first day, I was here for the inaugural program. And so for many of these people, it will be very difficult. So that's why we had asked the tourism department to have some kind of special pass. They need not park inside. We're not asking for that. Drop them. Then, they can do what they need to do over here. Then when it's time, they can call them up, come and pick them again. Some arrangement like dropping and pickup point should be there. But we did see that there were a lot of restrictions and there were no arrangements like that made. So that is one issue that a lot of these issues will be taking it up with the government. Today, later on, I will be taking out a quick inspection of some of the new construction, some of the new infrastructure that has, in this past couple of months have come up. We had specifically asked the government to make sure that all these new things that are coming up now, it needs to be, the accessibility provisions has to be there. The basic accessibility provisions have to be provided.
तो viewers aji amian aine yete program do khotom hoise International Day of Persons with Disability 2024 do ino gone yete backside ta to program la hall la bahar de kiman ase itu stall khan kholine thaga do alak alak disability laga under de hai ina one tahan yete program do khotom hoine icha nijer laga talents kan ki ase to show kone nijer laga ki bunai don sob yete bikri kura suni janai de ase and everything comes under disability to tahan laga agency ma jode ase kuni janai de ase to yete amian neta ine program kan saine ngone mohon lo de Madam Detono Nakro, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability Government Nagaland Bawi amian no khata ko homoy de tai ba amian je bhalwa janai dise icha regarding disability or especially about Nagaland bitor de kiniga tahan duk to face kura ase government ba help nukre itu kon hoy guche tai bi holibi ichawi more to go ahead age de jawole bi bishi ase kun janai de se ngone tai icha olop piche de tai jaine survey nishna bi jago ngone alak alak ki inaga aji laga program khan opore saine ina gorne last ekta ami hange kotha janai dubo inga koi dise to inaga khobor aro alak alak khobor hang karne apne site agi Fort Nagaland News moi aro machumi for FNN